Ragdoll. Loktar. Go forth, victor.
Became enslaved. Frodo shuddered. "But why should we be?" he asked. "And why should he want such slaves?" "To tell you the truth," replied Gandalf, "I believe that hitherto, mark you, he has entirely overlooked the existence of hobbits. You should be thankful. But your safety has passed. He doesn't need you. He has many more useful servants, but he won't forget you again. And hobbits as miserable slaves would please him far more than hobbits happy and free. There is such a thing as malice and revenge." "Revenge?" said Frodo. "Revenge for what? I still don't understand what all this has to do with Bilbo and myself and our ring." "It has everything to do with it," said Gandalf. "You don't know the real peril yet, but you shall. I wasn't sure of it myself when I was last here, but the time has come to speak. Give me the ring for a moment." Frodo took it from his breeches pocket, where it was clasped to a chain that hung from his belt. He unfastened it and handed it slowly to the wizard. It felt suddenly very heavy, as if either it or Frodo himself was in some way reluctant for Gandalf to touch it. Gandalf held it up. It looked to be made of pure and solid gold. "Can you see any markings on it?" he asked. "No," said Frodo. "There are none. It's quite plain, and it never shows a scratch or sign of wear." "Well, then, look." To Frodo's astonishment and distress, the wizard suddenly into the middle of a glowing corner of the fire. Frodo gave a cry and groped for the tongs, but Gandalf held him back. "Wait," he said in a commanding voice, giving Frodo a quick look from under his bristling brows. No apparent change came over the ring. After a while Gandalf got up, closed the shutters outside the window, and drew the curtains. The room became dark and silent, though the clack of Sam's shears, now nearer to the windows, could still be heard faintly from the garden. For a moment the wizard stood looking at the fire. Then he stooped and removed the ring to the hearth with the tongs, and at once picked it up. Frodo gasped. "It is quite cool," said Gandalf. "Take it." Frodo received it on his shrinking palm. It seemed to have become thicker and heavier than ever. "Hold it up, loosely." As Frodo did so, he now saw fine lines, finer than the finest penstrokes, running along the ring, outside and inside, lines of fire that seemed to form the letters of a flowing script. They shone piercingly bright and yet remote, as if out of a great depth. "I cannot read the fiery letter," and then said slowly in a deep voice, "This is the Master Ring, the one ring to rule them all. This is the one ring that he lost many ages ago to the great weakening of his power. He greatly desires it, but he must not get it." Frodo sat silent and motionless.